Hey, Facebook, it's Zach and Jason, and we are here just sitting in the finance office here at Lou Fusz Mazda. But I figured right as we're getting close to Thanksgiving, it'd be a good time to sit down and just kind of talk about a couple different things. Jason and I don't really have the time to sit down and talk a whole heck of a lot, at least on camera. We talk every once in a while, but for the most part, it's generally just soccer. So I figured we'd sit down and talk today about a couple things that make Fusz important, make him different than everybody else in St. Louis. But I also just kind of wanted to talk. So I figured we'd start easy, maybe let people jump in if people wanted to jump in. If you have questions about literally anything in the Mazda realm, in the Fusz realm, throw those questions up there. So if we grab some joined people, then you can jump up and talk about it. But let's just do real basic stuff. Jason, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? You got any big plans?
Just moved into my new house, so we're going to have the family over, the American side of my family.
Yeah.
My wife's side, and just celebrate. It'll be 6 of us total, including my kids. So relatively laid back and just nice to have an extra day off,
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm basically just sitting at home. I don't get a whole lot of days off, so my girlfriend and I just sit at home and we make a whole bunch of food right at the beginning of the day, and then we sit and do absolutely nothing for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
right? That's exactly what I could think of is just do absolutely nothing as much as I can because we're back here the next day, bright and early, 10 a.m. The day after, or are we 9 a.m.?
9 a.m.
Cool. So we are open 9 a.m. day after Thanksgiving, which kind of bridges into a little bit of what I really wanted to talk about today, which is we've got some really cool things coming up at the end of this month. So if you're looking for a brand new Mazda, specifically a CX-9 or a CX-3, we've got a ton of really good offers out there for you. So Mazda's throwing $750 at new CX-9s and CX-3s, on top of the fact that the Fusz organization is doubling our auto rewards. And well, look at that. I'm already selling us short. We're tripling auto rewards. And if you don't know what auto rewards is, real simple program. Basically, anyone that buys a car from Lou Fusz is enrolled in the auto rewards program. What that does is every time you spend money with us, we give 10% of that money back.
Yeah,
10%, and then there is also an area where you can get 15% if you want to, if you on one of our bonus days. But you can go through and basically every time you spend money with us, oil changes, accessories, those types of things, we give you money right back. And so the thing that's really cool about Thanksgiving and a lot of that holiday time is we tend to double or triple as we're doing for Thanksgiving that money. So if you have $100 in auto rewards, you now have $300 in auto rewards. If you have $500 in auto rewards, you potentially have up to $1,500 in auto rewards. So that's really, really cool, and that's money totally off the top of your car. No real effort. Yeah. So anything to add to any of that, Jay? I mean, I know that was just basically a commercial, but
yeah. Well, Mazda actually enhanced the CX-5 also. Some better subvented risk for longer term. That's another option. But the most that we're really going to do, as we always do throughout the year, and this is not just a Thanksgiving thing, but you've all heard it before. You probably bored of hearing it, but we can replace the car, we can replace you, the customer. So just come in. We've got a lot to be thankful for, specifically the Mazda store and Lou Fusz generally. So we're always looking to give back. I'm sure all the people saw my post the other day. Lou Fusz organization gave us our turkeys for Thanksgiving. That's a thing they do every single year. But again, this company is so great with giving back to their employees and the people, and not to mention the surrounding areas. This organization is pretty phenomenal with that kind of stuff. They have the Lou Fusz Soccer Club, which I think there's about 5,200 children that play there or do lacrosse there or whatever, they use those facilities. And we do a lot for the charities around for sure. So yeah, it's always good times at Lou Fusz, especially with the holiday spirit, without a doubt.
Hey, look, we got one person that joined. It's one of our salesmen, so we know that he's not doing work. I see you, Mo.
If you have any questions, Mo, send them out.
But no. Anyway, basically, and I wanted to jump on what Jason was just talking about there because I had a meeting with the Fuszes yesterday, and one of the things that I really love about working for this company is that I always wanted to work for a company that I felt like had good social responsibility. They care about their employees and they care about their community, and that's something since I've been here. The Fusz organization 2 years ago gave 1 million meals to the St. Louis area food bank. So the organization as a whole just went out and donated enough money to buy 1 million meals for people around Christmas and Thanksgiving time. They do Toys for Tots every year. So every year we give thousands and thousands of toys to needy children in the St. Louis area. And they do, on top of soccer club stuff, they have lacrosse, have I can't even tell you how many different outreach programs. I think they're starting a rugby team as well.
Yeah, I know they're starting to do, I think they're doing American football now. Excuse my terminology, but that's how
American handing.
It's how I distinguish the difference. Sorry. If I say football, to me, that's totally different. But anyway, yeah, I know they're doing some football things, and I know they're definitely their thought process is to broaden their horizon, hence the reason changing it from Lou Fusz Soccer to Lou Fusz Athletic.
Absolutely. And the whole thing is that, you know, the athletics is one thing, but they do give a ton back to their community. And like Jason said, they gave every one of their employees a turkey, which is incredible. That's something that
I think we have 925 employees. Don't quote me on that exact number, but you imagine what a turkey costs, which isn't a massive amount of money, but when you times that by 925 people, that's a lot of money.
It is. And I mean, they take care of us every single day. One of the best benefits package in St. Louis. So if you're looking for a job, I'm not trying to sell you a job necessarily, but if you're looking for a job in St. Louis, the Fuszes has one of the best benefit packages in St. Louis. They take care of their employees. I've never once had to worry about healthcare anytime I'm here. So it really is a great organization, and they do a lot for their people. And it is really kind of a nice segue into kind of what I really wanted to talk about, which is something that Jason mentioned earlier, which is that Fusz philosophy. And what that means in terms of car sales, because we already talked about how they take care of customers and how they take care of their employees, but what does that mean when it comes down to dollars and cents in a car business transaction? So I'm going to kind of let Jason take over, because Jason has his what we've started doing at Mazda, which is that you can replace the car, we can't replace the customer. So let's talk about that a little bit.
So I'll lean into it. You know, one of the biggest things that we have in this industry, not just this organization, which is always tough, is the stigma and the reputation that this industry has and have had, and rightly so in the past. I've been doing this for 15 years, and you know, there is a stigma behind it. I get it, but things have started to change dramatically. Now, I will admit, some businesses, some companies that are still in this industry don't necessarily abide by those changes, and that's fine. That makes my job a lot easier, let me tell you. But you know, in that sense, is we are providing a service, and a lot of sales that comes in. It's not always necessarily about how much we make on that deal. It's how much we're willing to lose. We do gain money back from manufacturers. I'm being 100% honest with you here. Obviously, that's where we make a lot of our money back is from the manufacturers, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, you get the best deal out there. You know, but where I was going with this is this simple thing. We get a lot of people call or send an internet lead saying, "Give me your best price." Well, what is the best price? Well, what does that even mean? And the problem is, this industry has coached the customer into saying that because that's what they think they should do when it comes to buying a car. And what I want to start doing here at Lou Fusz Mazda, and with Zack's help immensely, has been huge help this year, is to make customers and salespeople understand that it's not just about that. It really isn't just about how much we're going to make on a deal. It's about the relationships that we build with people, and how we can grow our industry by making a small amount of money and you know, basically on volume, but you've got to do that with the customer experience side, not necessarily off just, you know, selling cars to everyone you possibly can, because that doesn't really make any sense for me, and it doesn't make any sense for the Lou Fusz organization either.
And that's really a thing that I want to talk about, because the only reason I'm sitting here right now, period, is because Jason the idea that when I came to him about a year and a half ago, I was a salesman originally, and my goal when I got into car sales was to be the honest car salesman. And that's when I told Jason, like my first week when I was there, is I wanted to be the guy that you knew you were getting the right answers from all the time. I didn't necessarily want to be the guy that sold 1 million cars. I wanted to be the guy that you knew you were getting the best deal with. And that was something that Jason and I agreed with from the get-go. But my problem was I didn't feel like I had enough time to adequately take care of my customers and continue to give that top service all the time. So what I suggested to Jason was I was good at taking care of my customers already, so let me do that full time. Let me take the customer care that I believe every single car customer should get, because you're spending a ton of money on a brand new car. And I was a teacher beforehand, so I understand that $30,000 is literally as much as I made in a year. And if you're buying a $30,000 car, that is a huge purchase for you. And it should be a huge purchase, and you should feel like you're getting something out of it. And that's where my position came in. And that's why we created the customer liaison. And to brag on myself a little bit, which I'm not a huge fan of doing, in our surveys, 1 in 3 surveys mentions me by name.
Probably 1 in 2. It's probably half. Actually.
Yeah, I'm just going off of, and that's literally just people who's typed in Zach and spelled it correctly. So that's not taking Zachary's.
And that's if anyone's questioning why.
Exactly. And it's not taking into people who didn't remember my name, but just said, hey, that guy that delivered my car was really great. And I'm, again, not trying to tell you how great I am, but just telling you that people appreciate the service that we give. It's not...
Let me add to that real quick, and I'm going to go off on a tangent a little bit. I'm going to tell you something about me personally, and I'm going to explain to you why this mirrors what Zach's talking about. I've been in the US 9 years, okay? And when I came to the US, I worked at a company, a luxury line, and I had no friends, I had no family here, I had no... ties to anybody. I had no customer base. I really had nothing. And one thing that I did, which I really prided myself on, was I give an exceptional experience to the people that were trying to buy a car off me, and I built upon referral business. The only way you can build it upon referral business is giving an exceptional experience. You know, the car's one thing, but if people purchase things off people they like, and if you can't be friends, and I'm going to tell you something else. A lot of my friends that I have in the US now, not only are the people that I work with, they're also a lot of them that I've sold cars to. And they're actually, some of those are my best friends now that I've sold cars to. And the reason that is because we had a connection. And when Zach came along, I've always been looking at, even when I was working elsewhere, a guy that kind of thought the same as me, that really necessarily didn't want to necessarily sell cars, but wanted to give the overall experience. And when Zach came to me and said, hey, you know, and I'm probably going to say something that is 100% going to back me up on. He said, I'm not a salesperson. This isn't what I want to do or what I can do. But I love working here. I love working with you, and not trying to post on myself. Yeah. And that's really when we went down this. And I was like, finally, I can find a guy that really cares about the customer as much as I do. And we can do the same things and get the same goals. And you know, I'm going to boast a little bit about this Mazda store. For the last year, we have been number 1 in the market more often than not. I'm not going to list how many times we have been, because we do have our competitors that watch, and I'm sure I'm not here to bash any other stores. However, our CSI has also jumped from being one of the worst, and I'm being honest, to one of the best in the Midwest by far.
Yep.
And the reason that, you know, I give the testament to this guy is because we do bounce off each other, and we figure out ways to make it work for the customer. And again, are we in the business to make money? Yeah, because we have to keep the lights on and pay all these people. But are we in the business to rip you off and do something that's not worth it? No, we're absolutely not. Whether you believe that or not, I assure you that is not the case. Now, I know coming from a salesperson by trade, it's hard to understand that and believe in, but that is absolutely 100% not the case.
Well, and that's kind of where I like to jump in, because I'm not a salesperson by trade, and I kind of abhor salespeople, if I'm being 100% honest. And that's why I like working here, because I don't feel like we have a lot of people who, as you would classify them, are salespeople. We have people here who want to go out and do the right thing and make sure you're getting the right car. And so that is the difference. And it's why I liked working with Jason. Jason has processes in place to make sure that we're the first person contacting you. We're the one that's taking the right care of you. And we're doing everything all the way through. And I can tell you that because he sends all of his time here. And it's not a rag on him, but he's always here. And it shows the dedication that he has to this business, that he's here and making sure the ship is right all the time. And so I understand we're just kind of doing a love fest at this point. But the point is that we aren't here to take your money. We're here to make sure you get the right car. We're here to make sure that we're taking care of you. And we're here to make sure that you are getting the absolute best experience in St. Louis. And our competitors don't say that. Our competitors tell you that price sells cars. And that's fine. Price can sell you a car. But the thing that they don't tell you is that we have the same car at the exact same price, and we basically have to sell it at the exact same price. There's a little bit of leeway one way or the other, as Jason said a little bit earlier, on how much you're willing to lose. But every Mazda dealership in St. Louis that's selling you a new car right now is losing money on it. You don't have to believe me, but I'm telling you it's true. Now, we get money back from manufacturers if we sell enough cars and we do the right things and we take care of you the right way, because a lot of our money is tied to making sure that our customer service is correct. That's not the reason we did it, because I started this position well before Mazda started caring about customer service and tying it to our money.
And just real quick, when I first started with Mazda, they didn't care about taking care of their customers. They really didn't.
Yep.
But I just actually went to Chicago this week. Sorry to interrupt, but
yeah, I know we're getting close. Soon we're going to end this because we're going to die. So if we go away,
do you have a Dodge?
Oh no, I forgot it at home.
Oh great.
Yeah,
I'll go see some. Actually, Maria's got it.
Oh, does she?
Just
cool.
And I'll carry on real fast. Just while he goes out there to try and get us so we can stay live. But I've kind of lost my train of thought there. We've got kind of taken aside. But my biggest thing is, I went to Chicago. And Mazda actually only take, hi Corey, say hi. Okay. The biggest thing with Mazda is we only take 2% of the market when it comes to the automotive industry. And that's the way they want to keep it, and that's the way they're happy keeping it. Purely on the basis that they want to take care of their customers and keep loyalty, and that's really their biggest focus, which really marries up perfectly for the Lou Fusz organization also, because the biggest thing is that we want to take care of you. And again, we're trying to revolutionize the industry. And I could be telling all my secrets to the competition out there. But let me tell you one thing that you don't have is the people I have. And that's the biggest thing. There's three things that are the biggest key in business. And it's the people, the product, and the processes. Okay? If you don't have those three things, you'll never succeed. Okay? And we have the people, we have the product, and I assure you we have the processes. So again, if you want to get the best price in town, more than welcome to shop. But if you want the best experience for the price in town, there's no other place to go.
Yeah. And we're not saying you're not going to get the best price here, because I honestly believe you are. But you're not just going to get the best price. You're going to get the best price. You're going to get the best service. You're going to get the best everything, because that's what we want to be. Jason Catlin is not a guy who comes in second. And he tells us that every time we come in second. So just know that not only do we care about doing things the right way, but we care about being the top. We care about the reputation that this Fusz organization has. And that's the other thing that I want to talk about. It's not just about Lou Fusz Mazda. This is about the Fusz organization in general, because they do take good care of you. So even if it's not Lou Fusz Mazda, and I certainly hope it is, but there is a feeling in the Lou Fusz network that if you buy a car from us, we treat you like family. And that's on every one of our mottos. It's in every one of the pieces of literature that we write. Mazda, or Lou Fusz, is about family. And at this time, Thanksgiving time, we want to take care of people like you are family. We want to make sure that you feel like your family, and not like my family that gets into fistfights at Thanksgiving time, like the family that you have on your postcard somewhere that shows everybody sitting around and getting along. Because that's the kind of family that we build here. That's why this team works so well. That's why our team is great, is because we've built a family in this dealership of people who care about doing the right things and care about one another, and we have a team atmosphere. So if somebody is helping you with the car and they get busy, we're not going to have you sit there and wait. We're going to have somebody else help you and make sure that you're getting the service that you need. We're not sold on a salesman has to do everything. We have 2 separate floating floor managers who are there specifically to make sure that you're getting taken care of all the time.
And you have me that will get involved as much as I need to.
And Jason walks down off the desk all the time to get involved in deals. And he wants to meet you early because we don't want you to have to meet the sales manager just when it gets to pricing or just when it gets to when there's a problem. Jason likes to be in early because that's what we do. That is what we're selling. We're selling Mazdas, but like I said, you can get the same price Mazda essentially anywhere in town. What we are selling is who we are and our philosophy in selling cars and the service that you're going to get from us that absolutely nobody else in St. Louis is giving you.
Yep.
So I feel like we're getting pretty close to time and power. So let's do some closing thoughts. Anything else that you really want to add right there at the very end?
Well, first off, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. That it's tomorrow. It's going to be nice for us because we get to have an extra day off and spend time with our families.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I will say is, and this is to all the people out there in the automotive industry, whether you're selling cars or whatever, if you're part of the sales side, it's appreciated the hard work that everyone puts in because we don't see our families very much. And, you know, I personally am very lucky. I have a great family, but let me tell you, they go through a lot of stuff too, working with us on a daily basis because they work with us on a daily basis. Yep. Trust me.
Yeah.
But again, that is a big thing. But my biggest thing I wanted to leave you with this is whether you believe this or not is come try our philosophy out and see how it really acts because I'm believe myself to be a good leader, and one thing that I've always taught myself from being a leader is don't tell people what to do, show them. And showing actions speak way louder than words. We can sit here and tell you all the reasons why you should come buy a car from us or why you should come experience us, but first-hand experience is always the best, and we'll definitely prove that to you if you give us that opportunity.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to say that it's an absolute pleasure to get to come and talk to you guys. I appreciate anybody that sat through all 20 minutes of Jason and I talking. But I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thursday. But I just want to, like Jason said, I really just want to hammer home that philosophy that what we do is action every day. We do this every day. We're about customer service every day. My job as soon as I walk in is making sure my customers are happy. As I walk in every night is making sure that everybody's happy and that we're set up for the next day to make sure that we're happy. So we want you to come in. We want you to experience it. We don't want to talk. We want to show you exactly what we can do and who we are. So thanks a lot. Happy Thanksgiving from Lou Fusz Mazda, and we will see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining.
I can't hit the finish button, Jason. Come on. And it's not going to end.